Good morning. Okay, everybody come take a comfortable seat. Here. So it's interesting, I was taking, as everybody else I'm assuming here on the island, I was taking a walk the other day. I think it was Saturday afternoon, and I met this lovely gentleman, an older man. And what's nice about right now, everybody's super friendly to each other. Everybody says hi to each other as we're walking. And I met this older man, and with our masks on, I asked him how he was doing, and he says, better. I said, we hear somebody. I'm not sure who we're hearing. Excuse me for getting up to see who is unmuted. All right, Layla, thank you. You were muted. We got to make everybody muted. Anyway, this man said he was better. I said, oh, were you sick? He said, no, but I'm a better self right now. I'm exercising more. I'm walking out more. And it made me think about how the changes that we've made in our lives right now, some of it, especially for me, is better. And the question in the practice is can we find our better self and maintain that better self when we come out of quarantine? You know, I want you to contemplate that as we practice. How can we find and maintain this better self? Let's close our eyes. Grounding down through your seat. Feel the body. Feel and recognize the breath moving through the body. And see if you can breathe a little bit more deeper and fuller. Maybe you can use your abdominals. This is my new thing. When we're contracted and we're tight, we just chest breathe. Now that we're more settled into this existence of our lives right now, we can get into that and get into a deeper breathing pattern. There is only one corner of the universe you can be certain of improving, and that's your own self. Aldous Huxley. Let's bring our hands to our hearts, grounding our seat down. With the inhale, lengthen the spine. Gently pressing your thumb in your sternum, let your heart lift up to your hands. Pressing your hands together, see if you can move your shoulders back, bottom tips of the shoulder blades down, and allow the breath to begin to open up the heart. See if you can breathe a little deeper. And in your own space, let's join our voices for one of them. Take a deep, full breath in. Exhaling fully. And then inhaling again. And to this new, better self, please bow. Release your hands to your legs and inhale, lift your head and open your eyes. We're going to start in child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Push your hands into the earth. Widen your knees, untuck your toes, and sit back. Feel the toes, the legs, the seat grounding down. And you can gently move your hips a little bit from side to side. Move a little from side to side. And then come onto the fingertips. Lift the wrist, the elbows, and the inner armpits up. And then lengthen your neck. Lift your head up, keeping your chin tucked. Lengthen the neck. Walk the hands to the right. Sink your hips to the left. Come back to center. Walk your hands to the left. Sink your hips to the right. Come back to center and come on up on all fours. Set your foundation. This always allows for a better self as you ground into who you are. Spreading the fingers wide, press the finger pads down. Index knuckle, inner palm, pinky knuckle, and outer palm. Move your arms forward, move your thighs back. You can tuck or untuck your toes. Let's do a couple cat-cows to breathe and waken up the spine. So tuck the tail down, draw the lower belly in and up. Push away from the floor and let your head descend. Breathe into the back. Keep moving your arms forward. And on the next inhale, begin to lift the tail. The top of the hip bones draw down. I want you to draw the lower belly in and up. Pressing in through the arms, let the chest move forward. Breathe into the front. Moving on your own breath. Come back into cat. And then come into cow. I'm going to bring my knees together. Tuck my toes. Sit back. Let's do a little twist action. So walk your hands to the right. Sink your hips to the left. Come back to the center. Hands to the left, hips to the right. And then come back to the center. Come back on all fours. This time we're going to walk our knees behind us. Your knees and hips are about inner hip width apart. Firming your foundation so your hand grounds down. Arms forward, tuck the toes, hug the heels in. You're going to lift the knees 1 inch off the floor. Let's find some strength in this better self, integrity, strength, courage, and then moving your hips back, stretch your spine long. Think about lifting your armpits up and pressing your arms forward, hugging your heels in and moving your thighs back. And then go ahead and extend into downward facing dog. Feel the breath moving through you. Widen your feet. We're going to begin to walk our hands back. Walk our hands back. Bend the knees. Ground into the heels and move your knees back over your ankles. It's like a half squat. Fingertips on the floor. Squeeze your legs towards each other. And then place your hands to the front of the thighs. Pressing into the thighs, lift the chest away. So you're going to make space in the hip flexors. And then inhale to stand. Come back to the front of the mat. I'm going to face you for now. Tadasana, mountain pose. Grounding your feet into the earth. Let's lift and spread our toes. Finding a strong foundation in our feet. Press to the mound of the big toe, inner heel, pinky toe, and outer heel, keeping the arches, extend the toes down. Just kind of grip a little bit the mat. And then inhale, stretch your arms up. Draw the ribs back, ground down as you stretch up. And then exhale, arms down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And then exhale, arms down. One more time, inhale, arms up. Interlace your fingers, extend the palms up. Then we're going to bend our knees, sink our hips back. Holding the left wrist with the right hand on the exhale, fold over your right knee. Stretching that left side. Inhale, keep the knees bent, lift up. Switch arms so the right arm is up. Knees back, hips back, and fold over your left leg. Inhale, come on up and come to stand. Join your legs, squeeze your legs towards each other, interlace your hands and stretch up. Squeezing your legs, thighs back, ribs back, shoulders back, ears back, stretch. Find your left wrist, turn it in, palm in, and this time we're just going to fold over to the right side. Waking up the spine, draw the ribs in, engage your abdominals. Inhale, come on up, switch, right arm, and fold over to your left. Good, inhale, come on up. This time we're going to interlace our hands behind you. See if you can close your hands together and keep your elbows bent to start. Thighs back, ribs back, shoulders back. Engage and stretch the arms. I'm really good at locking my elbows and I work my way not to. My shoulders and elbows and arms feel better. When I feel better, I am a better self. So I try not to lock my elbows. Stretch the arms. Good. Exhale, release. Tadasana, mountain pose. Standing in your own light, in the self that we are right now in this moment, grounding into what we believe. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhaling, bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Hold it for a breath. And then exhale, fold. Uttanasana, halfway up, long spine. Let's take our right leg back into a lunge. Work towards square hips. So the left outer hip moves back, the right hip moves forward. Let's work on stretching our legs a little bit. So be kind to your legs. This is our first hamstring stretch. If you need to keep a bend in the knee, please do that. Don't lock your joints. Inhale, extend the left, and exhale, bend. Inhale, extend, and bend. One more time, extend the legs. We're not folding. Maybe you want to lift the toes up, and then bend, and then come and step forward. Inhale, arms up. Bending the knees, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Halfway up. Left leg back into a lunge. Walk your hands to align with the ankle. Knee over ankle. Squeezing your legs into the pelvis to engage the muscles you're going to stretch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And bend. One more time, extend, hold it for a breath. If you want, you can lift the toes up, spread the toes, ground the heel. Good, bend, press into the floor, and step forward. This time, we're just going to take the right leg back into a lunge. Feel hugging in, and then bring the right hand down and turn to the left. Work towards square hips, knee over ankle, and take your arm up. Revolving lunge for me is a very expressive pose. I am very embodied. So I feel grounded into my body. When I'm grounded into my body, I actually feel better. Grounding through the legs, let the spine move, and you can do a little back bend. Good, exhale, bring the hand down, pressing into the left foot, step forward. Take your left leg back. Bring your left hand down, turning to the right, take your right arm up. Work the outer right hip back. You can lift the left inner thigh up as you open up your chest. Breathe into the spine and also from the left hand through the right. Good, bring your hand back down, pressing into the right foot, inhale to stand. Starting our Surya Namaskar or Sun Salutations, inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Come into a standing forward fold. You can bend your knees if you have to. Halfway up, long spine. Right leg back, plank pose. Right leg back, lunge. Left leg back, plank. In our plank, squeeze your legs towards each other. Move your inner thighs up, ribs in. And just for a breath, I want you to push away from the floor. So you're working the upper back. And then exhale, soften, and then come all the way down. Rolling your thighs in, let's interlace our hands for a shoulder stretch. Press the toes and the knees down. With the inhale, move the shoulders towards the ears and up, and then rise up. Legs press down. Breathe. Keep your torso up. Place your hands on the base of your ribs, and then come on up into a cobra. To go deeper into the cobra, roll your thighs in, squeeze your legs towards each other, engage your glutes, and then isometrically draw the palms back as you draw the belly up. Down dog. Start with knees bent. Pressing the hands into the floor, move your thighs back, and then extend your legs. Right leg forward. Left leg forward. Join your legs. Squeezing the legs, bend the knees. Inhale, arms up, chair pose. Knees back. Let's get into a little spinal twist. So turning to the right, you can stay here with the arms apart. You can bring the elbow down. And you can take your arms apart or hands together. With the breath, come back up into chair pose. And then we're going to twist to the left. Again, you can stay just like that. You can open up your arms or hands together. Inhale, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Hands to the heart. Take a full breath in. Grounding into the earth, release your hands down. Stay grounded in the lower body and then reach up. Feel the breath expand in you. Feel that the heart is lifting. And then exhale, fold. Halfway up. Left leg back. Working towards square hips. We're going to come up. Right outer hip moves back. Left hip moves forward. Now draw the lower belly in and up. And then rise up again. From the waist, press down into lunge. And then stretch up into your warrior lunge. If you want to be a stronger, better self, this is an opportunity to extend into that. Hands to the floor, plank pose. All the way down, cobra. Lift your heart, shoulders back, down dog. Left leg forward. Come on up. When you're ready, arms up, warrior lunge. Ribs back, ground through the legs. See if you can bend the left knee deeply. So see how my thigh is horizontal. Now draw the lower belly in and up, and then stretch up through the arms. Good, hands to the floor. Plank pose. All the way down. Cobra pose. Open heart, down dog. Come to the breath. Check out your hands. Are your wrists parallel to the front of the mat? Are your fingers engaged into the earth? Are your arms strong, supporting you? Let's do side plank. So I'm going to press into my right hand, come to the outer edge of my right foot, and take my left foot forward to start. So variations here are here. You can even start with the hip down and then lift up. Or you can work towards stacking your feet. Try and keep your right ankle elevated off the floor and take your arm up. Some of you may want even to extend the arm over your head, lift the hips. Down dog. Apologizing for my back to you. I'm on my second side. Outer edge of left foot, pressing into the left hand. See how my shoulder is behind my wrist. You can start with the knee bent. You can start with the hips down. You can start with the feet stacked. I'm grounding my hand into the earth, squeezing my legs, and then take your arm up. Pressing into the earth, down dog. And for 1 or 2 breaths, bring your knees down and press back into child's pose. This gives me an opportunity to read you another great quote. Work on yourself more than you do on your job. Jim Rohn. And by the Dalai Lama. This is my favorite. The goal is not to be better than the other man, but your previous self. Press back down to dog. We're going to start in a wide dog. Grounding through our hands, bend our knees, shift our inner thighs back. Inhale, right knee to nose. Exhale, right leg straight back, square hips. Inhale, knee to nose. This time, keeping the knee bent, open up the hip. And bring the knee back in. Take your leg straight. And then bring it forward into a lunge. Make sure your knee is over the ankle, squeezing the legs towards each other. Let's bring the left knee down and rise up, just like warrior lunge, Anjanasana, grounding the waist back down into the legs. Inhale, stretch your arms up. My ribs want to pop, so my better self is more engaged here and not losing my deep connection. So I have to draw my ribs in, press down, and then stretch up. Good. Bring the hands to the floor. We're going to walk the right leg out, turn the toes out, press into the foot, move the hips back. So I want to get my left femur bone back and then bring my arms down. Pressing into the right foot, you can stay here or turn the toes under and lift the leg up. So it's a dual action here. I'm pressing into my right foot. I'm lifting my left inner thigh up. So pressing in the right foot lets my right quad descend down. Lift my left thigh up, work towards square hips, and then stretch through the heel. Good. Bring the knee down and come back up and step back. Starting with the legs wider, knees bent, arms strong. Inhale, left knee in. Exhale, left leg straight back, toes are turned down. Inhale, knee in, keep the knee bent and open the hip. Inhale, knee in, take the leg back again, and then bring it forward. Working towards square hips, then let the right knee descend. Come on up. Again, square hips, thighs back. From the ribs, drawing in, ground down, and then from there, stretch your arms up. The back foot can be untucked if you want, as long as it doesn't turn inward. Good. Exhale, hands down. Walk the foot to the left, turn the toes to the left. Sink your hips back and bring your arms down. Stay here. I want you to press into the left foot. It's going to work your left hip flexor. And if you want, with the back toes tucked under, lift the knee off the floor. Work your abdominals. Pressing your arms into the earth, you can pull away. And then you can stretch through that right heel. Lizard lunge. We call it Shirshangustasana. Bring the knee down. Up. We have someone entering in to say hi. We have Wally. Lift up. And step back to down dog. Go lay down. Widen your feet, bend the knees, move your hips back. Inhale, right knee in. Exhale, right leg straight back. Don't open the hip. Bring the knee in and step through into a lunge. I'm going to lift the back leg up, turn the back toes down, lengthen through the heel, press into the right leg. And then maybe fold into a half standing split. From here, I can begin to lift my left leg up, keeping the toes down. Come halfway up. Bending the right knee, shoot that left leg back. Placing your hands, take the right leg back, and then bring it down. Starting our second side, firming your arms, bend the knees, get the curve. Inhale, left leg in. Exhale, leg back, toes turned down, leg straight. Knee draws in and step through. Pressing into the left foot, lift the right up, turn the right toes down. Lift the thigh, and I want you to lengthen. Left leg, the femur bone is moving back. Stay here, or come into a standing split. Halfway up. Shoot that right leg back. Place your hands. Shoot your left leg back. And then bring your foot down. Let's come forward into a plank. Here, you just roll over your toes. Inner thighs are lifting, lower belly is lifting. Up dog, down dog. Bend the knees, walk. Or press into the arms, look forward, and hop forward, and fold. Press down through the legs. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, hands to the heart. I'm going to face you. We're going to do some balancing poses. Balancing poses give you an opportunity to center, to become mindful, also to work your courage and your stamina and your stability. That all works towards a better self. So I'm going to ground my right foot down, press into the right foot, and just inhale, lift the left knee up. Have the left knee as high as the hip. Let's bring our fingertips together. We're going to hold. 5, 4, spread your toes. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's bring that leg down. Starting on the second side, start with soft knees, pressing the left foot down with the left leg bone back. I need to work my abdominals for my strength and stability. Lift the knee up, make it as high as your hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First side again, you can relax your arms down for a minute. Grounding into the right foot, firm the muscle, move the thigh back, lift the leg up. You can take your arms out or together. Turn it out without turning your torso. Knee, and have your knee hip with height. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward and down. Second side, pressing into the foot, thigh back, ribs in, lift it up, and take it out. 5, 4, 3, your ankle may be wobbling. 2, 1, forward and down. Release your arms. First side, right foot, I'm off my mat. Soft knees, knee up, bring your hands together, out to the side. Now see if you can place your foot on your leg. Once you get it there, you can use your hand to lift it up. Pressing your leg now into your foot, use your foot to roll your thigh back like a great stately tree, ground down, and then if you want, you can reach up. In this rooted grand tree, what are you aspiring to today? Let's just think about moment to moment and just today. What can you do to be a better today? Have a better today. Be a better today. Hands to the heart, and then release. Second side, pressing the left foot down, moving with the knee bent slightly, the femur bone into the hip. Start the fingertips together, working the ribs, lift the knee up, take it out, placing the foot, and then maybe bring it higher. Ground into the earth, and then rise up if you want. Hands to the heart, and release. I'm going to turn. We're going to do a little bit of going from here, stepping into a warrior pose. So I'm going to take my right leg back, ground the heel down, work towards square hips, and then keeping the curve in the lumbar spine, draw the belly in and up, and take your arms up. Full warrior one. Work your left knee deep into the bend. Try and get your knee over your ankle. I want you to ground into that right heel, press down into the left, and then stretch up. From here, we're going to extend the left leg straight, move that left hip back, and we're going to come halfway down. We're going to hold this, using our strength, our courage, our better self, ribs in. And I'm going to bend the knee, take a little step, and then lift the back leg up. Warrior 3. Turn the toes down, lift it up, and then let's step back into warrior 1 and step forward. Pressing the right foot down, I am going to stop for a second so that I can stop my video and start over. Okay.